second born. Who came out first? Read.
Verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
So the prophecy was fulfilled. Go.
And the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment.
The first came out red, all over like a hairy garment. Now it says red because the full-blooded European is shades of red. This brother's shirt right here is white. There's no white people in this earth. Okay? There's no black people in this earth. The people of color are shades of brown in the earth. And the full-blooded European are what? They're red. Different shades of red. Light pink, dark pink, pale pink. But it's still different shades of red. So the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, which means he had an abnormal hair growth. He had hair all over. Read.
And they called his name Esau.
And they called his name Esau. Now don't forget, the first that would come out was meant to serve what? The older brother. So Esau was the servant. He came out to be the servant. Read.
And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel.
Now you notice it did not describe Jacob. And then his brother came out. Why did the scriptures describe Esau and not Jacob? Because Jacob looked just like everyone else before Esau was born. He looked the same, so there was no need for the Bible to describe him. And it says, secondly, his brother came out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel. What does that mean? Go into the Apocrypha, 2 Ezra 6 and 9, and see what that represents. That Jacob would take hold to Esau's heel. You're going to find out that struggle that's written of in the Bible, that went from civilization to civilization all the way till today. That struggle still exists. Let's read 2 Ezra 6 and 9. What does that mean that his hand took hold of Esau's heel? Read.
And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, where Jacob and Esau were born, of him Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
Go ahead.
For Esau is the end of the world.
This is what that represents. The head is the beginning. The foot is the end. So it tell you, Esau is the end of the world. Don't forget, Jacob had his heel. So right at the end of Esau's reign, once Esau fall, whose kingdom is next? Read.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Jacob will come in as the next ruler without separation. That's why it said in Genesis, his hand took hold of Esau's heel. Okay? Esau would reign to the end, then Jacob would come in. And then that prophecy would get fulfilled, where Esau, the elder, shall serve the younger. Let's go back to Genesis.
Genesis 25 and 26.
Go ahead.
And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel.
Go ahead.
And his name was called Jacob.
And his name was called Jacob. Jacob means Yaiqua. Later, Jacob's name was turned to Israel when he wrestled the angel, which means he's a prince of the power, or a prince of the Most High, or the prince of Ahia. What do a prince get? The prince get heir of the kingdom. So they were struggling in the womb for who would get that reign, would get that power, would get that glory and honor, and all the promises that were promised to to Abraham, Jacob's forefather. That was the big fight in the sister's womb. Now, we understand that Esau is the red one. Jacob looks just like everyone else. Today, Esau would be the full-blooded Europeans, or the full-blooded Edomites or Europeans that came out of the caves. Jacob would be the North American Indians, the so-called Negroes, Haitians, the brothers in South Central America, the indigenous people of the land in Australia and Hawaii, and they're spread throughout the four corners of the earth. These are the 12 tribes of Israel. The Haitians, the Puerto Ricans, they're from the 12 tribes. Now, Getting back to Esau, because we're focusing this on Esau. When you go down in the chapter, it shows you that Esau would be a cunning hunter. It lets you know that his blessing would be through the sword. Through the sword. So he would get his might in the earth by what? By war. That's how he would get his power. Because Esau was not promised any land in the earth. His original habitation was in the mountains. Okay? And that's why Esau had to take the land everywhere he goes, because that's the only nation of people that was not promised an inheritance within the land. So if you don't have a land, any land you get, you must take. So the Lord says he would be a cunning hunter and he would live by the sword. Now, let's get more. We're going to get more.